everyone. Today we are going to talk about reading dot plots. So far we've talked about histograms, which have the bars and the intervals of numbers, and today we're going to talk about dot plots. So what you should know about dot plots is they're going to use dots to represent the data. The data will be on a number line, and it'll show the frequency, which is the number of each individual value, and it also shows the shape of the data. So when I look at this right here, it's talking about the number of years students played a sport. And when we look at it, there are some people who played no years of sports, so they never played a year of sports. 1 year of sports, there were 4 people who played 1 year. There were 2 people who played 2 years of sports, 4 people who played 3, nobody who did 4 years, nobody with 5 years, 1 person who did 6 years. So this is how we write a dot plot. Here's the number line, and then you just put a dot for each individual person who had each one. So today we're just going to be looking at if you can read a dot plot and then are able to answer questions about it. All right, the first one is how many students were surveyed? Well, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who said 0. So we have 8 here. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is going to be 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So 19 people were surveyed. Where is there a gap in the data? So a gap means that there's nothing there. So the gap in this case is right here. How many students played a sport for 3 years? So I go over to 3 years and we look and there's 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess for this one I could have put students instead of people, but same thing. How many students never played a sport? So if they never played a sport, that means that they played for 0 years. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What is the greatest number of years that a student played a sport? So, well, this is the greatest number of students who played 0 years of sports, then the biggest number of years of sports is over here at 6 years. Where is there a peak in the data? The peak in the data is right here. Right here, there's 0, there's the biggest number of people played 0 sports. So 0 years. How many students played a sport for more than 1 year? So more than 1 year does not include 1 year. So it would be 2, 3, or 6. 4 or 5, but no one's there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. True or false? On the dot plot, you can determine how many students played a sport for less than 3 years. Yes, we could, right? We could count all of the things less than 3. So it's important for us to think about how a dot plot is different than a histogram. So a histogram showed everything in a range, and you just saw how many are in between 2 numbers. But with a dot plot, we can see each individual point. Okay, so your assignment today is to just answer questions about dot plot.